Hello everyone and welcome back to the Austin Talks channel, where today I am finally, after months, doing the continuation of that video I did quite a while ago on that cooking part 1, where this is just part 2 on like why I love baking so much. That's the title that you clicked on. So this is the second part to that. It'll be off my back, and I just really hope you enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't get comments for it to be the second one done, but I might as well do it because I said I would. I'm a man of my word. Definitely was not punctual. Oh dear, what have I done? What have I done? Well, that could have been catastrophic. There's a fidget bouncy ball, and I was playing with it, and I dropped it on the keyboard. Well done, Austin. Well done. All right, now let's get on with the show. So what was my most recent baked good? There is three. These are the three things that are my most recent, but one of them was the last thing I ever baked. Technically, this is not true anymore because I did bake something. Well, yeah, I did bake something, but still, either way, it's not on here. But whilst there are multiple things that I have made, the best thing I've ever made is something that is asked in my household so many times, and it's truly a nightmare. Which ones do you think? I have made all of these. I've made a lemon meringue pie. It was delicious. My parents loved it. My favourite was the Victoria sponge. I love Millionaire Shortbread's a nice treat. And my parents even say it's better than the one that you get at Costa. So which one do you think it is? And it was Millionaire Shortbread. What an awful intro. Yeah, I've made this so many times. It's one of the most requested things in my house, even when I go away. And whenever my brother visits, he always wanted me to bake a batch of baked goods for him, and this is always on the list. It's like cookies, brownies, Millionaire Shortbread, and then that's it. I make all those things just for him to take home, and we get none of it. Well, we get the scraps. I cut off the edges when I'm baking the brownies, and it's the same with the Millionaire Shortbread. But the cookie, because I use a circular cutout, so it looks like an absolute circle. I bake it as like a cookie dough, but cut circles out of it to look like cookies. We get the outer rims, which most of the time there barely is any. So, yeah, thanks Marcus for stealing all our baked goods. Curses. That was a very weird Smeagol voice, or no, not Smeagol, Hobbit voice. Right, oh, hold on. Oh. Huh? Yes. Curtains. Oh, there's no more editing. Well, that's sad. Millionaire Shortbread, as I said. So, why do I love baking? Baking to me is a very therapeutic activity, and the outcome is even better than the process to me. I love baking so much. The process makes me feel happy, and this makes my family feel happy. So spreading happiness is probably the best process in the universe. Like being happy, spreading, making other people happy is one of the best gifts you can give in this world. And I know that sounds cringy, but it is true. Be nice, be kind, I've really recently experienced this, and it just shows the perspective that it puts in this world. Whatever you're like in this world, you'll receive back. So if you're nice in this world, you'll receive that back. And I experienced that very nicely this year, and I'm very thankful for it. Do my parents like my baking? I don't think I have to really explain this, but excuse me, I had some coffee. My parents love my baking, and there are many dishes that they request, and the same with my brother. And when I was like round with at his house, and when he his friend came over, I was mainly the person to bake as well. The people in the family do have an influence in baking, especially both of my grandmothers that are practically great British Bake Off contestants of the family. This is there are dishes that they ask constantly, and this both makes my parents and my brother happy, and you won't believe it. Millionaire shortbread! Oh my god! Literally everywhere I go I'm told to make this. When I was at my grandmother's in my summer video, that was the one I've just uploaded, was the one that I had to make. Didn't end up making it, but it was definitely requested. And yeah, one of the most requested things to bake in my household is millionaire shortbread whenever my brother visits, blah 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 blah. Right, now, who's the best baker in the family? There are quite a few in my family who are good bakers, but I narrowed them down to 2 of these. But I had to pick one, and I'll explain because. So, my grandmother on my father's side or my grandmother on my mother's side? Yeah. This was hard. Because they both make great stuff, and especially on the day that I spent with my nanny, who's my father's mother, was she made rhubarb crumble, very nice. But I would go with my grandmother on my mother's side. She makes there is obviously no image of her. There's not. She's still alive. I don't have an image on my phone or on my computer of her. So yeah, there's literally no image, and I don't think she would actually been comfortable with that. But my grandmother is is on my mother's side, and is one of the best bakers in my family. Her famous rock buns and bouncy balls are the best treat to enjoy, especially arriving in Scotland. Amazing. The rock buns to die for. I must say, baking them by myself wouldn't honour the lovely treats that she makes. If I made any of these, they would not taste as good as my grandmother, and I will take that to my grave. I will, honestly, I will die saying that, because I truly mean it. Like, she makes some of the best stuff ever, and it's like, she makes some good treats. I mean, I had a lot of date loaf while I was there, very bready, but boy is it good. What else did you have? Oh, right, so on the day of the brunch, I had a brunch there, as I say in my summer video, but on the day that we had the brunch, there was a selection of desserts. She didn't make them, didn't take away from the flavour, but oh my god, they were good. They were so good. When I saw the box, I was just like mouth watering. And my cousins who live in Scotland, so we're like halfway across the world, they get to have them all the time. So when they found out that I was going to be there, they were like, no, we're not going to have a lot of treats. So yeah, I think I'll be the one taking the most. I don't remember what I chose. I chose like a not coconut, it's like a strawberry Victoria sponge bit. It was something else. I don't remember the second thing I had, because I had one that night and then the one the next day with the remainders of the brunch. Right. What is my favourite baking dish? There are many baking dishes that I enjoy, but there's definitely one for sure that is unbeatable. I have made it. Everyone has their favourites, but if you're lactose intolerant, I think everyone should like if you are lactose intolerant, I do think everyone should like this. There's someone in this world that shouldn't like this. Can you guess what it is? It's a cheesecake. Oh my god, do I love a good cheesecake? And these are my 3 favorite flavors: cherry, lotus cake, amazing, and then like mango paradise. Oh, theirs are so good. Yeah, cheesecake is my absolute favorite baking dish ever. And if you are talking flavors, I do not have a preference. I lied there. If you couldn't tell, it's the ones that are on the screen. Those are my favorites. Those are my favorites that I can, like, it's not you get in a shop, but when you go to the Cheesecake Factory, my favorite is the Reese's one. that I'll explain more in my next video, which is to do with my birthday. Hope you guys enjoy that. It'll be released later on today. Yeah. And if it is a cheesecake and not chocolate or lemon, I will devour it. I do not like lemon or chocolate cake. Well, no, I do like a bit of lemon. Chocolate, it's a bit overrated. It's chocolate cake, it's fine. You do not need to mix it with cheesecake. If you're doing that, then you need therapy. Because it's just a chocolate overload. It's just sweet. It's like, I have a sweet tooth, so does a lot of people in my family, but that's way too much. But yeah. So what is my favorite baking dish? There are many things that so there's a difference between what is my favorite baking dish. And I've never made a cheesecake, but what is my favorite baking dish made? These are the three things that I've made. I love all three of them. So yeah, there are many baking dishes that I've made. But this one stands out like a very sore thumb. It's a very complex, dish, and it's very, very British. I don't think I really need to tell you anymore, because if you do not know, I'll tell you anyway. But if it doesn't give it away then that easy, I don't know what will. Which of these three do you think it is? Fun fact: carrot cake and red velvet cake are not British. Yeah, those are like standard American, as always. But Victoria Sponge, I don't know. I don't strictly know who actually created this. If it was the Queen, all hail them. Yeah, but those are good. Those are really good. This is a very memorable dish that I made. I do have an image, but I forgot to put it in here. And it's one of my favorite dishes that I've made yet, but I've only made it once. Should really make it again. But if I made cheesecake, obviously that would have been my favorite of everything. But I haven't made cheesecake yet. I want to. I have a plan. There's like a whole thing that I want to make to do with what's it called? It's like I've got a whole planning for what my dream cake to make is, and I've dropped the ball again. Damn it! There it is, children. There it is. Come on, come to Papa. Thank you. Gotcha. Next, on to the next one. So, what influences did I have as a TV show? TV show wise, well, there's a few baking shows that actually I constantly watch, but these were like my favorites: MasterChef Canada, Is It Cake, The Great British Bake Off, and Tasty. These shows have had a great influence on me, but there is one show that has made a very difference on me to experience, and so has One Chef. One Chef, and that chef was, and I'll tell you the show. Well, no, first I want to say something. So I went to a friend's house, and we were initially. So I went there the night before I flew over. I stayed the night because the next morning I was going to the airport to surprise him, saying to know I'm there. Meaning it's an hour drive from where I live. So I stayed there for a couple of days, but what I watched the night before was because I was talking about how much I love baking, and it's called Is It Cake. First time I watched that, it was great. And there's a YouTube channel called Side Surf Cake Studio, and she does like so many good like hyper realistic. When she does one of the cakes, there's a bicycle helmet. I genuinely thought that was real. It was cake. I was astonished. And my mum's not really big on YouTube. No, not big on YouTube. She doesn't watch a lot of YouTube. I showed that to her, and she watches it quite a bit now. So, it just shows what baking does to you. But my favourite chef, my favourite show on here is MasterChef Canada. And my favourite chef is Claudio Aprile. one of the most stubborn, strong, best bakers and chefs in the world. MasterChef Canada is a great show, especially when you have Claudio Aprile testing your food, and the Spence is amazing. Like, when he's saying like stuff like, you don't know what's going on in his mind. You're like, is it good? Is it bad? Is it okay? It's great. It's an awful feeling what he does to you, but it's great. If you get a compliment from him, it's definitely a good dish. If as I say here, if he compliments your food, then you would definitely feel amazing about what you have made. But personally, I don't think my food would live up to his expectations. I make good food. If there's one thing I'm not really good at baking wise, it's presentation. I can never make good presentation. I don't know what it is. I honestly do not know what's the problem with me. I cannot at all make a good something, like just make it good. I really can't. I'm kidding. But there's some things I make, but then there's some things that's like bleh. Anyway, what is my baking dream? Okay, this is nice to talk about. Baking does have many outcomes, but there is one that sticks out for me because not only is it something I enjoy, but it's also something that is a combination of my hobbies. My hobbies are cooking and writing, so I believe people know where this is going. And I mentioned this in my previous video, in my summer video. If you don't know already, it is creating a cookbook. I'm currently creating a cookbook now. It's written-wise, it's already finished. Getting the pictures on there. So like the beginning of 2023, maybe just after year 10, that's when it will be definitely finished. And I love writing cookbooks, and seeming as it's like we're on that topic, I'm writing a cookbook. When I'm baking videos, there are a few things that I enjoy doing outside of this, cooking being one of them, but my favorite of all time is writing. I obviously, because I do a lot of writing for the channel. All these hobbies connect to each other, so thank you everyone for seeing the progress that I have on this channel. It's really made me happy. Even if I don't get a lot of subscribers, it's something I enjoy doing. It's something I enjoy getting out there. And if I get, say, 50 subscribers, and that's all that's till I end up for the rest of my life, I don't care. I enjoy doing it. If it gets me nowhere, it gets me nowhere. I have potential to make money, and that's it. I have ways to get it up, but if I only make it say 40 subscribers, I'll be fine with that. At least I tried. You gotta be in it to win it, everyone. That's what my granddad taught me, trying to make me win the lottery. Because when I was over in the summer, when I spent the day with him, he made me pick the lottery. Numbers. Well, that was a very short video, but I did want to acknowledge that how good of baking, how much more baking I do than I do anything else really. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and part 1 I will just be on the screen now. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all later on today in what video? Oh, that video, yeah. I'll see you all in the birthday video very soon. Bye.